negligence if there's any. We're going to be doing some one stroke. We are using acrylic paint. Little tip for you, wet some kitchen roll, make sure it's nice and wet. This is going to stop your paint from drying out. So, should we crack on? Let's get some white and 2 other colours. I feel these are the colours that I'm going to use. Maybe not one of the others. But I'll put it on there anyway. And they're just normal acrylic paints. You know, you can go to the works and they sell them there, and you can just pick them up from there. So I've already put a base colour down for the nails. And these are the 2 brushes that I'm going to be using. So this is a smaller angled brush, and then I've got a larger angled brush. I've also got my water. Make sure that your bristles are nice and damp. I'm going to matte top coat the nail that I'm going to be doing the nail art on. The colour of the nails at the moment I think is pumpkin, and that's from Premier Gel. I always find it's nicer to work on a matte surface. So that's what I'm doing there. Now we're going to prepare the brushes with the paint. Starting off with the big one first. A little plastic tray thing there. Well, it's a scraper from the stamping stuff. Not stamping stuff from, you know, your stamping plate and your stamper, and yeah, that's just scrape that you scrape the paint off with. Anyway, getting sidetracked here. So you want to dip one corner of your brush into the one colour and the other corner into the other. Now you want, depending on the colour that you want at the top, that will be at the, depending on if you want it light or dark. When I was putting these 2 colours together, there were 2 blending almost too well. So they were just like, it just looked like really one colour. So I think I do change it up. But I just wanted to show you me leaving it. Or did I? No, maybe. Did I use these colours? I can't remember. Did I? No, I think I didn't like how they looked on there. As I said, they were too close in colour. So I do change it. And I had far too much paint on my brush as well there. So I think I changed it. I went for a white and yellow, I think. I just felt these 2 colours would have been better. Oh, I don't use the yellow, sorry. I use the mustardy colour. Because autumn's coming. I just wanted to do some autumn nails. It's my favourite time of the year. Autumn and winter. And we're just building that colour up in the brush so that we've got enough in there. And we're just going to start now. Go slowly when you're doing it. I find it's a lot easier if you go slowly as well. And have an idea of this flower that you want to do. I was just making this up, I think, as I went along. I'm not trained in one stroke. I have done a free course online, but when I went to college it was more lines and squiggles, and that was the kind of nail art we done. So this for me really is me teaching myself how to do one stroke. I can't afford money to pay for a course, so I just have to learn for myself. Have you heard that? That was my husband blowing his nose. Charming. What I didn't do and I should have done was, once that layer had dried, I should have gone over it with a second layer, and I didn't. So when you are doing it, always go over with 2 layers before adding any more petals and stuff like that on that particular flower anyway. But yeah, I didn't, so that was a bit silly of me. Don't you just love these hands? You know, you couldn't turn your client's nails like this, hands like this, could you? You'd end up with a lawsuit because you probably broke their hand. Just reloading that brush up. Make sure in between you are dampening your brush as well with some water, because you know it does help to glide a bit better. It also stops the paint from drying in your brush as well. So yeah, so definitely keep the bristles nice and moist, not overly wet. You don't want the paint to run everywhere, but just enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to matte top coat over that. You don't have to matte top coat over the top of that. You can go straight on and do your next lot of petals. But I just feel if I make a mistake, I don't want to lose everything I've just painted on there. So if I apply my matte top coat, so when I do my next layer, if I do make a mistake, I'm only taking the mistake away, not all of the whole set, if that makes sense. That's just something that I do. You don't have to do that. So yeah. But now I think I go and change to the smaller brush, because obviously we want to get inside the flower, to create those petals. So we don't want to use the same big brush. So I'm just gonna create smaller petals now. So now we can start doing the next lot of petals. And you want to, where you see the petal gaps, you want to come across those, if that makes sense. I mean, you can see what I'm doing here. So you're almost like covering them, the gaps in between the petals, if that, I mean, you can see what I'm doing. It really is hard to explain when you don't know the lingo for, you know, creating one stroke. But yeah, that's just basically what I'm doing, is smaller brush. It's still an angled brush, but it's a smaller brush. And I'm just loading that brush up with the two colours, blending them together so that you create that nice blend. And then I'm just going in and creating those next lot of petals. And I mean, yes, it does give a great 3D effect. You can get the 3D effect without using the matte top coat, but I just choose to do that. So now I've created those, I'm going to take some white paint and I'm going to keep adding lots of water to it because we want it nice and watery. And I'm just going to do some little swirl. Oh, you'll see in a minute. Just a little bit of detail. Just a little bit of detail. Some squiggly lines. And if you want to stop your hand from shaking, always place on to your other hand, if that makes sense. Always have something of support. That way you won't get that shaking. My hands shake all the time. And sometimes my lines are wigglier than what they are now. And, you know, these are meant to be wiggly. But yeah. I mean, I am quite happy with that. Now, I don't say that a lot. But I can't see it close up. If I look at that close up, then I'm going to be like, no, I don't like it. But because it's away from me, I'm like, okay, I like that. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's not too bad. Could be better. But I'm overall happy with that. So yeah. So I'm going to take more of that white and I'm just going to highlight around the petals, which I wish I didn't do. I'm adding lots of water to that, but taking most of that paint off my brush. And I'm just going around, yeah. I literally wish I didn't do the whole highlighting because it wasn't nice and thin. So yeah, so I liked the set up until I'd done this. And yeah. Oh well. Can't like everything. I don't like anything. I think the problem is with me, I like it when I've done it, but then I'll keep looking at it, and when I'm photographing it for my socials, and I keep looking at it, and then I keep looking at it, then I start to look at all the negatives and the imperfections, and then that's it. I'm done for. Anyway, never mind that. As long as you like them, I don't care. So I hope that's give you a little insight to someone that doesn't know what they're actually talking about when it comes to creating one stroke, because obviously I'm teaching myself. Don't ask me to do any other shape of flowers because I really can't do them. Really can't do them. Maybe I can do a rose, but that's about it. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching and listening to me rabble on. I'm going to top coat that and you'll see the finished result at the end. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to hit the notification bell. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and then I will do a giveaway. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.